When does a landfill become beautiful? When does salvage become fashion? When we learn to love ourselves, take care of our environment, and celebrate our culture. Image, environment, culture are a big part of who we are. We are young people, young leaders in training, learning, doing, creating art, and making ourselves heard. We rescued 3 sewing machines, a television, art supplies, paper, vinyl canvas, 2 dollhouses, 5 garment racks, 100 hangers, 2 jigsaw puzzles, 100 plastic sunglasses, 10 lawn and leaf-sized bags of fabric remnants, and a lot of hope from being thrown out. That's the equivalent of trash from 12 households. That's 1,500 pounds recycled, upcycled, and redirected from producing toxic waste in the garbage dump. Staten Island's young landfill fashionistas were born, superheroes for environmental justice.
Bitter is something that the koalas feel when their trees are going up in flames. Bitter is when corporations open businesses that push out people who've been there for years. Sweet is when new trees are planted. Sweet is when the community gathers around and plants in new gardens. Bitter is when Staten Island was a landfill. Sweet is when we take public transportation instead of driving cars. Sweet is when local farmers markets like Giordi's are in our neighborhood. Bitter is when fish can't live in the ocean anymore. Bitter is when global warming is affecting us all and we're doing nothing about it. Sweet is when don't pollute the oceans anymore. Sweet is when we do something about our temperature rising planet. Bittersweet is the environment.
The Richmond Terrace Therapeutic Garden. Located on the grounds of NYCHA Housing, the Richmond Terrace Therapeutic Garden is a little bit of hope. It is more than a garden. The garden brings together a diverse community of volunteers that tends to a beautiful flowering gardening filled with art and culture. Plants and people thrive here. The garden is a source of not only encouraging planting and tending to beds of beautiful flowers, it is also a source of community building, encouraging organic eating, locally grown produce and herbs. Our hope is that all NYCHA housing on Staten Island builds therapeutic gardens.
One thing we don't talk about is how we're killing our planet day by day. I want to see if these lyrics can help you change your daily lifestyle. This world should be beautiful. I'm just here to let you know we're destroying it right now. When it's gone, where will we go? Let's recycle bottles and use paper bags. Ice caps melting are a major red flag. Can I say stop cutting down the trees? Because we need to breathe. Let's change the world. Little boy or girl, make our future bright. Because it's only right. Let's change the world. Little boy or girl, make our future bright. Because it's only right. Can we keep our hoods cleaner? Change our whole demeanor, have a better outlook on life. Figure out if that building is worth it. Imagine if we kept our planet perfect. All this dirt and grime turned our oceans brown. Let's pick up all the plastic we threw on the ground. All this gas we put in our atmosphere destroys global warming every year. Let's change the world, little boy or girl, make our future bright. Because it's only right. Let's change the world, little boy or girl, make our future bright. Because it's only right.
The Jersey Street Sanitation Garage. The Jersey Street Sanitation Garage is one of the several toxic sites on the North Shore of Staten Island, surrounded by the homes of many low-income families of color. After many years, the city has agreed to relocate the garage. The garage is a source for acid rain, which comes from the contaminants caused by the pollution from the sanitation trucks that spew into the atmosphere. This is especially damaging to the health of many people who live near the garage. There are high rates of asthma and respiratory issues in this community. Our hope is for a bustling new area with affordable housing, green park area, arts, and spaces for the community to gather.
Being Human by Naimi. I wonder if the sun debates dawn, some mornings not wanting to rise out of bed from under the down-feathered horizon. If the sky grows tired of being everywhere at once, adapting to the mood swings of the weather. If clouds drift off, trying to hold themselves together, make deals with gravity to loiter a little longer.
Maker Park. When Staten Island Makerspace first opened in 2013, the empty lot across the street was filled with 18 burned out, flooded, and smashed up abandoned vehicles. The community of artists at Makerspace created Maker Park is an outdoor sculptured park and community workspace that provides opportunities for artists to make and exhibit temporary public art for all in the community to enjoy. They have refurbished shipping containers and turned them into canvases for different works of art. Our hope is that all brownfields turn into maker parks where butterflies can be free.
Most people consider their houses to be the safest place in the world, but the sad truth is that no matter where you are in the world, you will always be exposed to danger. This was my story. This was my house, 181 Moreland Street, Staten Island, New York. Before Sandy, I was living in this house for about 3 years. It was a one-floor house where Hurricane Sandy took over. Here was where I used to play with the other kids on the block. The aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, Moreland Street, Staten Island, New York. This was my parents' room after the storm. A good memory I had in this room was having late-night talks with my mom. Also going through my photo albums and looking back to when I was a kid. Unfortunately, those old photos were destroyed in the storm. This was the hallway. As you can see, furniture was everywhere. It was a disaster. Something I thought I'd only see in movies but ended up happening in my reality. Almost 2 weeks after Sandy, every house had to be cleaned out. This was my parents' room. Absolutely nothing was left behind. Everything you could think of was lost. Electronics, photo albums, books, clothes, everything. This was my neighborhood. Everywhere I looked, houses were being cleared out. It is 2020 right now. It's been 8 years, and unfortunately the house I used to live in no longer exists. Due to the storm, it had to be knocked down. I will always remember the great memories I had there. What I learned from this horrible experience is that family is extremely important. No matter what you go through, together you can overcome anything.
The Graniteville Wetlands. There are hundreds of homes right across the street from the Graniteville Wetland and Forest, also known as the Graniteville Swamp. During Superstorm Sandy, this community was spared massive flooding because it was protected by the wetlands, which absorbed much of the stormwater. More than 18 acres of this wetland may be destroyed by a private developer. They will cut down 1,800 mature trees to make way for a BJ's Wholesale Club, 2 large buildings, a gas station, and over 830 parking spaces. The local community has been fighting hard against this project, but they are losing. Our hope is this space will remain a beautiful natural wetland that will continue to protect homes from superstorms like Hurricane Sandy and spread the beauty of nature.
Living on a spear that's blue and green, so driven by greed, we neglect our planet's needs, purposefully mistreating Earth to benefit the economy. Why are we so mean? Fracking leaves nature so bruised. Meat production releases fumes. Greenhouse gas is gonna make us lose. We still got a chance to reform and take away Mother Nature's blues. To be better, I will choose. I will take shorter showers, turn off unused power, shop local for flour, plant trees, fruits, and flowers, do all in my power to take care of our